subscribe to this video and give it a thumbs up.
Okay, usually you say that at the end.
No, you don't have to.
Okay, well anyway, today we are going to be talking about the game
Never Alone.
Never Alone. So we played Never Alone a couple weeks ago for the Xbox One. It was one of the free Xbox Gold games several months ago. It had been sitting there. One Saturday morning I had a little free time, so I decided to give it a try. I started playing it, and then Juliana came and watched me, and after a few minutes she wanted to play with me.
Kisima Inŋitchuŋa. Nibiaksiyarolum iyuliakatingi. Bisaulaganexut. Hanapimnya. Adokolak paskenyam.
So I started it myself. I didn't play too long before. Juliana was pretty interested, and then I knew it was co-op, so she joined in and we played most of the game together. Come back over here.
Okay.
So the game, it's kind of a puzzle platformer. It's reminded me a lot of Limbo and Inside, if you've played those games.
And as soon as I saw my dad playing it, I was really interested, and then my dad already said it, but we joined together and played at until the end of the game. And when I first saw him, when I was watching him, there was a polar bear trying to get him.
Yeah, so the game is set. It's set in like Inuit Eskimo kind of culture, and it's kind of a weird game. I don't really know the background of it, but as you play it, one of the things you can earn is videos where they teach you about the culture and why some of those things are in the game, and you learn a little more about like the real background of them. So that part's kind of neat. And it was a pretty short game because we did play it all in that Saturday morning in a couple hours. Why don't you come say some of your thoughts on the game?
It was an awesome game, and it was really fun. As soon as the white fox died, I was sad, and I was
Spoiler.
awesome.
So the game, you're playing like a young Eskimo girl whose village gets destroyed by a bad man, and there's a white fox that's kind of like a guiding spirit that follows along with you. So when you play, one of you can be the girl and one of you can be the fox, and the biggest difference between playing them is the fox is a lot faster and jumps a lot better, more agile. When you're playing one player, you have to switch back and forth between the two characters, whereas when you're playing two player, one of you just controls one of the other. But like Juliana said, about halfway through the game, the fox is killed, and then you become a spirit of like a boy wearing a fox costume. And when you're the spirit, the biggest difference is now you can fly and you can go through objects and stuff.
And also, when that spirit was a white fox, whenever he was tripped or fallen somewhere, or if the fox went too far, and it would die, and then you'll have to start all over again.
And we did find a few times the game glitched on us, and I'd have to reset to last checkpoint. Usually it was when Juliana was playing as the fox and something would happen and the game would it would be stuck and she couldn't move.
Yeah, when I was keep on trying to jump while playing the game to do a double beat, like a double jump, like to get up there with like my dad, I was glitching and I couldn't even move, and like I was kind of like in a circle. Like,
I would say it happened 3 or 4 times. There is some puzzle solving in the game. It's usually not that complicated, pretty light puzzle solving. The end of the game, well, there's kind of bosses. You don't really directly fight them, but there is like a polar bear. There is this bad man who's coming after you for a long time, and then there's like an ice giant at the end. And that part's kind of cool because you gotta climb up the giant, and then the giant, there's a long sequence where you're running back through most of where you've traveled, and the giant's chasing you.
And go back to the town before he gets you. And if he gets you, you gotta start all over again.
That part was kind of frustrating because there's part where you need to jump between tree branches, and one of the things I didn't really mention that comes up a lot in this game is there's spirits around you, and you interact with those as platforms. And then when you're the spirit later, you make even when you're the wolf, you you activate these spirits, so you can make the platforms move and stuff for the other person.
And also, what's kind of frustrating to do is get on the fishes, because you gotta stay very still, and it's very hard to do that.
There's a lot of checkpoints, but there are some times where it seems like you have to do things over and over, and that part's not so fun.
Yeah.
What did you like being more, the fox or the girl?
Fox.
The fox was way more fun because it had a lot more you can do with it. The girl was pretty limited in her abilities, and she's kind of slow. The game probably took us, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours. It was pretty short.
And it was a very fun game, and we really liked playing it. And I mentioned that it had a lot of hard puzzles that me and my dad had to solve again and again.
I think it was a lot more fun to play 2-player than 1-player.
Yeah, because if you do single player, you're left alone, and it's kind of hard and frustrating because you'll have to switch back and forth, and it's really hard to do that. Yeah,
there's some parts where it is kind of difficult when you're switching back and forth to get the timing correct, where it helps a lot to have a second player with you. You have any final thoughts on the game?
Well, I was maybe thinking to make another part of this video, like of playing it again, so they can see how good it is, and maybe buy other Xbox.
Well, I'll show a little bit of what the game looks like to them, and maybe later we could do a playthrough. How's that sound?
Good.
Okay.
And also, I thought it was a really great game.
So let us know in the comments if you've played the game, and if you'd like to see us do a playthrough. And you'd recommend the game? You want everyone to play it? You think it's really good?
Yeah.
I'd say it's a good game. It's probably a budget title just because it is so short. If you like games like Limbo and Inside and those kind of things, kind of like the Oddworld games or those just puzzle platformers, I think you'll like it.
So bye.
Okay, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching.
I hope you're going to see one of our new videos again. And make sure to watch them all in order, because we have a lot of fun videos.
Okay, bye.